Hey, hopefully everything is working here. Retro Reviews in my basement. And if you're thinking, oh, did I finally invest into getting into a new studio? Yes and no, kinda. More on that in a minute. And by that, I mean right here. So yeah, as you can see, it's not the full scope of what I was planning to do. But yes, this is my quick spoilers, thoughts on The Legend of Vox Machina Season 2, Episodes 1, 2, 3. So, first of all, this is hopefully the plan for the Nerf side of reviews is to use mainly this area here to basically, obviously, talk more about future blasters and stuff like that. Speaking of, and now that I can finally get stuff on frame, a painted monorail of, last time I checked about this Fit Blaster, it's, again, what everyone thought it was. It is incredibly rough because this is my first time doing primer paint, so that's going to stay right there. And already I am going off a little off than what I was planning to set up here because got some dice here. These are the dice I got over New York Comic Con. The big obvious centerpiece here is my lightning collection power sword, thanks to my family over the holiday break. So more importantly, check my Instagram for that. So, getting everything set up, hopefully, what are my thoughts of the first two the first season, you all saw my thoughts and reacts to it, so go to that above. And with that all being said, let's get to my obvious takeaways for this season's opening episodes. It was freaking insane. Another thing I like about this distance right now is that you don't get to see my spit takes. Yay! I'm also realizing I have a shrunken head kind of vibe going here, so I'm sorry for that in advance. So let's get to, also I got a laptop here to do segues and stuff like that. I'd like to recommend the Sad Night channel for pretty much a rundown of like almost all their checks and saves. Basically all the fails and all the stuff they had in the original campaign. It did the roles, stayed canon in this season. Yes, definitely they did. Another thing here, other than the blotchy face that I usually have, I'll probably come back for a close-up at the end, is another thing I didn't notice as of this recording on Monday. I didn't think Matt was moving maps around apparently in the studio. That was a weird stream. Also, I think as of this recording, I don't know if the VOD's going to be up later. I'll probably figure that out as time goes on. Everything is content, Persona 3 Portable. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, Critical Role alumni are anime voice actors as well. Most obviously from the Persona series. So, yeah, I think it's just Liam and Taliesin just basically shooting the shit of what they used to do back in the day during the Persona's days. So, also, I'm going to keep this non-spoilers because I just watched, I think, the third time on my first 3 episodes of Season 2. And, yeah, it's still very, very much a critter-focused season. Mainly all the guest stars that came from the first campaign is definitely going to be in this season as well. With that all being said, I'm going to just move the camera back maybe a little later because I think I need... New set, new stuff that falls. And... hopefully he doesn't chip the paint. Anyway, yeah, I think I noticed with Percy's pistol this time around, I think he only used it once in episode 1 of season 2 when the Draggers came in to take down what's left of Tal'Dorei. Yeah, the kingdom got wrecked by all 4 dragons. One of them is voiced by Lance Reddick, so already as leagues better than what he was last year when I was doing Resident Evil content. Last card there in case I got time. Yeah, and then the second episode was, well, first episode was mainly survival through most of the dragons, re-inspiring themselves to get back out there, party-wise. Also, since I got the figures here, long story short to Todd's people, when's the rest of Vox Machina getting filled out? Because I'm gonna try to get, Vex and, Keyleth obviously later down the road, probably by the end of the season. I would love Grog. Either season 2 him with a beard, because... yeah, speaking of someone who's grown out his beard a lot better close-up wise, as you can tell, it's not bad. So yeah, another thing I noticed, his new pistol was more 4-barreled. This is the only pistol I have to show off. This is obviously my Trailblazer from the Wild Edition League 2.0 series. And if anyone of the creator community wants to mod this or any old school hammer shot that I think you can still get at Amazon, speaking of Amazon Prime exclusive, one's probably also I wouldn't doubt that Amazon would probably go for, I guess, Hasbro exclusive, I guess, Vox Machina style blasters until I found out about the old OGL situation, the open game list and stuff like that. I'm going to keep this brief here. They acknowledged it. At the same time, they might still do changes, not as insane as the leaked email probably said it was. Critical Role themselves, I think, had a tweet expressing their interest of ditching 5th edition when Campaign 3 is done, so I'll talk more about that probably when I do my reacts for Campaign 3. Anyway, back to the episodes. Cashern showed up. Please. I know. I joke, oh, this thing's totally not gonna... I love this power sword. If this drops, I'm gonna lose my mind. Anyway, Cashern, aka Will Friedle from Boy Meets World and Batman Beyond friend. Yeah, Terry McGinnis himself showed up, and you could have told me he was their favorite guest character in all Campaign 1, because my god, it shows in the second episode. And yeah, I forgot about Z's deal. I forgot her name also. I know she's a tiefling type, and I think is also helping Will in the voice actor podcast that him and Chrissy Carson Romero from their Kim Possible days basically essentially make a new, I guess, America's Got Talent. I think they stole it as a American Idol style competition for whoever wants to be the next voice actor. I'll leave a link down below if you want to try it out. It's an opportunity to be a career voice actor and for me to review your stuff, so hey, more power to you if you could. So most of I guess episode 2 and 3 was finding the temple that I was trying to find, because turns out, yeah, all the jokes I've heard about in Campaign 3 about Vox Machina being in tune with the gods started to be true as far as these next couple episodes are going to be going forward. Yeah, other than that, I can't spoil who exactly got tagged this episode, because I also can't spoil much about Campaign 3. If you're a new critter watching my content, hi, how are you? I usually don't shoot like here, so you're going to be seeing a very stark difference when we get back to regular reviews later this month, or in this season's case. And yeah, it's going to be insane. I am surprised that my basement is holding out longer than it should, so I'm going to go here for close-ups. Yeah, ultimately, I think this season's awesome. And yay, my shotgun's not that horribly destroyed. So yeah, hope the zoom out looks pretty cool. So ultimately, yeah, as my non-spoilers review of the first 3 episodes of The Legend of Vox Machina Season 2, it was really awesome. Also, I just want to get a quick zoom around for the whole set. Sorry. I'm testing things out as I go along, guys, so please bear with me. Here's basically everything I wanted to show off. My computer over there, and that's mainly it. So ultimately, should you check out the show if you're new to Critical Role and you never really sat through any of the campaigns? I really think you should try this series out. If it's not your cup of tea, then go ahead. I'm not going to be against it. I'm not going to yuck your yum any of that capacity. That being said, for like myself and people who just got into the show because of Campaign 1, or got into Critical Role content in general because of Campaign 1, it's definitely a season worth going back into, if anything else. And, yeah, I'm going to keep it there because, like I said, there's some crazy stuff that happened at the tail end of episode 3, unlike me trying to figure where my shot is. Hi, I'm not crouching for the shot, no. Anyway, me trying to get back on focus here. Yes, I highly recommend sitting through the first 2 seasons if this is your first time seeing through Critical Role content in general. Also, in the case of Cashern's case, I highly recommend, if I could get the, I think this is my last card here, their one-shot with all the guest characters teaming up in like a battle royale kind of thing. DM'd by Sam Riegel. Long story short, it was chaos. Not as chaos as their NordVPN one-shots. Yeah, if you don't want to sit through the main campaigns, please sit through their one-shots. It is insane as just one-shots in general. Long story short, terminology-wise, one and done campaigns, nothing really crazy. Mostly sponsor-driven, and they're crazy regardless. So, me trying to understand D&D lore, and more from the Critical Role lore, God help me here, at least as far as this new year goes. Hand here to sub to the channel, hand here also to my Critical Role, sorry, shorts. Also, reactions will also be there as well as usual for this week's episode coming up for Campaign 3. Bells, hells aside. Yeah, short here to totally sit through, sub to the channel, notification bell down below for future content as goes. Nerf, Toku, and a little bit of D&D, hopefully. So with that all being said, I am Roger K, Reviews, and yeah, for my first actual official filming here in the basement, it's not bad. Better than other people I know who may or may not have pissed in theirs. Yeah, heard about that guy.